Morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. We can see on the screen. Today I'm going to be talking about um, EURJPY buy trade walkthrough, right? So, uh, EURJPY, right? I called out I gave the markup. Oh, I sent out the markup. March, it's April. Let's check. Okay. So this is the markup, right? I marked it up April 9th. 2023, 447 at 1647 in, on April 9th, right? So I believe this day was on Sunday. Yes, April 9th was on Sunday because I can remember clearly it was before market opened, right? So this was on Sunday, market was closed, and we were anticipating, the market open in a couple of hours, right? So I was, scanning through the market, just looking for, possible trade ideas for the week. And I came across this EURJPY, very amazing trade, right? I didn't know it was going to move that, you know, far, but, price actually played out well, right? So this is the markup before, price actually played out. I was anticipating, a bullish, week, right? I was looking out for a bullish week. And then as you can see, we have the daily liquidity to the upside. There is another daily liquidity way above, which I am going to show you. But this is the daily liquidity that is in. We can see, and then this is the 1 hour liquidity. So we have liquidity to the upside, and then I would also explain, why I was looking to buy in EURJPY, right? And then we also have this, present 1 hour structure level, and I was looking to take a buy from this imbalance. So I was anticipating that, going into, the new trading week, price should just give us, some kind of down move, and then for the rest of the week, I want to, see price buy up to capturing the daily liquidity above, right? So this is it, April 9th, timestamp from TradingView, April 9th, 2023, 1647. So this actually, actually saw this before it played out, right? And then if we come to this area now, you can see I, did a little drawing here. So this now, you can see under this, we have buying below weekly opening price in bullish conditions, right? So um, I learned this from, my mentor, John Phoebe. He always talks about, like he usually talks about, buying below opening price in bullish condition, and then selling above opening price in bearish conditions. Okay, so simply what that means is we are trying to catch weak entries. That's just it. Okay, so because when we come to, the anatomy of a candle, right, a candle should have four different, we should be able to mark out four different things when we see a candle, right? Yes. So now this is a candle, right? Let's assume this is a candlestick. This is what a candlestick look like, right? Down here you can see low, okay, low of the week, opening price, closing price, and this is the high of the week. All right. So if a candle now is going to be a bullish candle, right? So this is the opening price. That means this is the price where the candle starts to, to print, right? And then anything below that, that is price going to create the low, right? Now we cannot know this until the candle has closed, right? Because this, might just be the body, and then price can continue to sell down, and then price close bearish. And all of this would probably be the body of the candle, right? But now until the candle has closed before we can, now come up with that conclusion that, okay, this, is the low of that candle, right? So in this case now, this is a bullish candle, right? We have this green area. This is the body. So the green area now is the body of the candle, right? So yeah, this is the body. Okay, so this is the body of the candle, right? Yes. So now the candle opens and then we have the low. So anything below the opening price in a bullish, if the candle is going to be bullish, right? Anything below the opening price, that is where we want to be looking for buying opportunities, right? You know, I mean, you can actually, get in, additional entries at, the body, somewhere inside the body of the candle, right? But the best place we could be buying is going to be at what the low, that is areas below the opening price, right? And then this is the opening price, and then we have the back candle, candle buys and buys and buys, and then at some point, the candle bought all the way up here. And then before the candle closed, right, price started to reject and then closed here. So this is the high, and then this is the closing price. Right. So we have four things, opening price, the closing price, low of the week, and the high of the week. Right. So EURJPY trade, it was an amazing trade because we actually caught the entry at the low of the week. So what that means is that we actually bought, you know, very low, and then we took price all the way to the upside. Right. So that was like a week entry for us. Right. So amazing. So this is it. So I'm gonna explain the trade now. Let me remove this. Okay, it's off. And then this. All right. Okay. So now remember I said that we had two daily liquidity, right? This the one you can see, and then this is the second one here. So this one also, right? This is also a daily liquidity. So this, price rejected from here, and then price came up and then rejected. Though it is not like perfect, static liquidity. So this is more like low resistant highs, right? But it is still, liquidity. And then we also have this one in this area. So now we had liquidity here, and then there was liquidity here, and then Euro JPY. And I actually marked it up April 9th. So this candle should be April 6, and then we have 7, and then we have 10, right? So 7 should be Friday, and then 10 is Monday, right? 8, 9, 10. Yes. So now I, you know, seeing this area, we can see that, okay, we also have this liquidity down here. So there is this liquidity here, and then there's this one, all right? But price was actually closer to this one and this one. That is why I was, positive about price buying all the way up to capturing this liquidity here, right? And then looking at the structure, what can we say about the structure, right? So price gave us this high and then gave us this low, right? And then price gave us this higher high, and then price gave us this higher low. Right, so now this higher low price rejected from where this imbalance. So price actually came into the daily imbalance, and then we had some accumulation in this area. So this would have actually been the first entry somewhere here to, to take price all the way to the upside. But I didn't see this one. I don't even know if there is maybe uh there's an entry, or let's check together if there's an entry. Okay, the first entry price gave would have been inside this imbalance, right? So let's check. Let me maybe just scroll down to the 1 hour. Scale down to the 1 hour, right? So yes, there was an entry. Your price gave an entry on the, I think 30 minutes. Yes, so there was an entry on the 30 minutes, right? This is the first entry could have taken, right? We had what? This low, lower high, and then we had this lower, and the price gave us the accumulation we always want to look out for at, our point of interest. So price broke structure here, gave us this, as the top range, and then down range, and then price came into this imbalance, and then that is the first entry. So if I had seen this, this would have actually been, my, first entry. So something like this, and then since I'm playing the imbalance, stop loss would just go at this low, and then my entry would be at 20 level, a 13p stop loss, and then this would have been right. And then after 1 to 3, I would have been banking on what? this daily liquidity to capture. Yeah. So this would have actually been the first entry for me. But I didn't see this one. I didn't mark it out. Price had already played out, right? Price had already played out. And then when I was, marking up the chart, doing the analysis, it was on April 9th. So I missed out on this area. And I was like, okay, since, um, order flow now is potentially to the upside, first entry here played out well. So how can I join, the trade? I'm seeing price going up because of the liquidity to the upside. I want to be a part of this, right? So I actually saw another opportunity to get on the 1 hour, right? So now on the 1 hour, I'll go back to the 1 hour. Now, let's all right, so this is it. You can see the daily liquidity has been captured, and then this 1 hour liquidity also has been captured. Like I said, I actually had this, marked up April 9th. That was on Sunday before, market opened, right? And then what can we see in this area where price, go activated? This is the imbalance, right? This is the equal highs, and then we also have this daily liquidity I am anticipating. All right, so now price opened, right? The price opened for the week. Trading has started for the week, right? And then this is on Sunday, 11 p.m. Right. So 11 p.m. on Sunday, EURJPY opened, right? And then we had price gapped into the imbalance, and then we had this, the first hour price went all the way to the upside, filled up the gap, and then price went all the way to the upside. And then the next 1 hour candle sold down, feeling the imbalance more. And then that was, where the entry was at 143.820. That's the 20 level. And then that was the very low of the week. Price did not come back there. The price just started to reject all the way to the upside. So price, just like I marked it out, I wanted price to come into the imbalance and then price should reject from there. Now, if we had to look at the structure, what can we say about the structure? So we had this as the high and then the low, and then we had this as the higher high. So based on structure, we should be looking to buy, right? Because, higher highs and higher lows, right? So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. That's what we want to, see, right? And then in a bullish market, we want to be buying the higher lows, right? So now price came, into the imbalance I had already marked out, and then price gave very sniper entry from there, and then price started to reject up. Now the first liquidity I want to see, the institutions capture was the one closer to where the entry was, which is this 1 hour liquidity. And as we can see, price came in, activated. This is the weekly open price, right? This is where the body of the weekly candle starts to print, right? And then as price bought up the first hour, we're gonna be seeing the body of the candle going up, right? And then as soon as price, the next 1 hour candle started to sell down, going below the opening price, and then price starts to sell way more. Then the candle is going to change from a bullish candle now to a bearish candle. Right now, the candle was creating a bearish body candle, came all the way to 143.820 price level. We had like about some kind of price still sold down a bit as a little bit of drawdown, and then price started to reject. Now, the moment price can go above the weekly opening price, the body of the candle changes from a bearish candle back to the bullish candle. And for me, the white candles are bullish candle, the black candles are bearish candle. So the body of the candle changed from black to white. Okay, so now price is bullish, and then the next 1 hour candle opened, and then price bought all the way to the upside. Therefore, the trade is in profit, right? I was risky. This is a 30 pip risk to make, 90 pips first target and then beyond, right? And then the next 1 hour candle after this bullish candle straight up came straight forward the liquidity, right? So price just went straight. The institution just went straight for the liquidity, captured the liquidity, and then you can see a little bit of consolidation, and then price came down and then went back up, right? So now this was entry, I was explaining when I was explaining the body candle to you, right? Buying below the weekly opening price. So this is the weekly opening price at 143.917. That is the opening price for the week for my broker. And then price, anything below that is going to be a very perfect entry to get, right? Because now I'm catching a weak entry on the weekly time frame, right? Because if I go to the weekly time frame, I'm going to be seeing my entry below the body of the candle, right? So it was a very, very amazing entry. Price did not come back there the rest of the week. Price just continued to explode to the upside. Right. So after price captured this, liquidity, as you can see, price rejected V2, came down, and then price continued to go up, and then up and up and up. And then price swept this liquidity on Tuesday, right? So on Monday, price sold down and then continued to go up. And then on Tuesday, price went up for the liquidity. And then all Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, price was just going up, right? So it was a really amazing entry. And I had already, saw it before it played out, right? I can remember, I think, um, Tolu and EURJPY actually had additional entries. So they weren't able to catch, the very low of the week. But in this area, as price, was coming to give a higher low, if we scale down to the 30 minutes, I think that was where his entry was. I think it was gotten on the 30 minutes. Yes, exactly. So now, just like, I was anticipating price coming down into the imbalance and price should reject, this was Tolu's entry, right? We had this higher high, higher low, and then the higher high. And then Tolu was anticipating a move down into the imbalance, right? Now we have an imbalance here. We have another imbalance here. And then we also have this imbalance, right? So now how do you eliminate? Now, imbalances, you will see imbalances everywhere in the market. So how do you know which one to play, right? One of the, best way, to do it is you draw the fib, from the two swing point, right? From the swing low here to the swing high here, and then we just drag all the way right to the, right. And then I'm looking to take the imbalance that is below, discount, right? I'm looking to take the imbalance that is below discount. Therefore, this imbalance here, it is above discount, so I'm not interested. And then, we have this imbalance and then this bigger one here that is at, the 71, 78 fee price level. So this was where Tolu had his entry at this imbalance here. So if we remove the fee, now this was, the third entry we could have taken. Remember, this is the first entry down here. The second entry was here. And then the third entry is, at this area here. So this was the one I saw. This one already played out, and then this was the one Tolu got in on, right? I think his entry was, let's say, maybe 80, and then stop loss would just be at this low here, about 29 pips. And then, 1 to 3, right? Also aiming for 1 to 3. And, this daily liquidity here, want to see price um, capture this daily liquidity. As we can see, this trade actually moved, because now if we remove the chart from replay mode, you can see how far this trade moved, right? So for the rest of the week, Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, price was bullish, right? So price captured this liquidity, this daily liquidity, and also captured the the daily liquidity that was above this one, right? So it was a very good trade, and we caught the I was able to see it before it played out. Now, I didn't get in on this trade because, it was on Sunday, and, I didn't want the situation where price would just gap down and then just, all of those things that happen when the market is about to open. So yeah, this is the daily liquidity here, this one also, right? So just drag this all the way to the front. You can see how the institutions just captured, this liquidity, and then price came up, so down, and then finally came for this liquidity up. So now, like I was saying, I wasn't in on this trade, right? I didn't trade this because I didn't have my limits exactly at in this area here. Okay, I had I'd seen it before price played out. I was anticipating some kind of rejection inside this imbalance. But because of what happens, when price, especially with Pepperstone, right? My broker, when when a new candle is about to open for the week, most likely gaps down or gaps up, right? So I don't want to be in a situation where I'm being taken out because of, spread and all. So I'd marked it out, and then next time I remember this trade was when we had a weekly call on Monday. I believe we were discussing harmonic trading, right? Harmonic trading style. And then we just after the call, I was to give trade ideas, and I was like, okay, EURJPY. And then when I actually saw it, price had already rejected from there. Right. So I didn't trade this, but then it actually played out. And I remember when we were having a call was yeah, so Tolu was able to catch a buying opportunity and Airapol, yeah, I think they both took the trade, and then price went all the way to the upside, capturing the first daily liquidity and then the second daily liquidity. So now this was a trade, very amazing trade. All right, so now if we go to the daily time frame, now I still see this going up, right? I still see this going up. Why? Because now we have gotten to an area of liquidity also. So I have this quarter point at 150 price level, but then we also have this let's say weekly liquidity. So let's go to the weekly. Okay. So now you can see at this area in 2014, right? So April, sorry, 8th of December 2014, price actually got to this area and then rejected. So now price today is back to that level now. Okay, so from 2014 to 2023, that's about 6, 3, that's about 9 years. So 9 years after, price is coming back to this area. So what am I anticipating? I believe, we are going to see, maybe this will hold for a while, price reject, and then finally we're going to take out this, liquidity here. So I'm still bullish, and I explained, why I was, you know, looking at or why I'm anticipating JPY to be bearish, right? So the yen itself is, I'm anticipating it to go down the more, which I already explained in the group. So if we come to futures now, we come to the JPY futures daily time frame. Let's come straight to the daily time frame. So as of yesterday, right? As of yesterday, this was the news that happened early this morning, right? So as of yesterday, I saw our price, hit at this lower low, and then price bought all the way up, filled this imbalance, and you can see how the candle of the, each of this daily candle, they're all respecting this imbalance. And then as of yesterday, I'd already, drawn this liquidity. I was like, okay, JPY news coming out very early in the morning. I see it going down, right? Because it is calling for, the weakness of JPY because of, this liquidity that is here. Let me, yeah, this is it. So yes, you can see I was already projecting um the JPY futures going down, right? And if this JPY future is going down, then this is most likely calling for, bullish price actions on pairs that are, USD JPY, CAD JPY, and this case, Euro JPY, right? So that's why it's buying up and up, right? So yes, this is the trade, buying below the weekly opening price. So now I still see this going up, right? I still see EURJPY going up to capturing the equal highs now we have. Yeah, so this was the entry, and price has been buying all the way up. So now I still see this, going up, and I believe we are going to come to this 150.0 price level. So that is for the future, right? So I've explained, um, buying below the weekly opening price, and was a really good trade for us. I mean, for those that got in, actually, I marked it out, but then I didn't trade it. So this is it. Let me know what your, observations are, and if you have any questions, just feel free to, drop it in the comment section or reach out to me directly. Take care.